Every throw in. Jolly this time. Burgoyne in a dangerous place. And this is wide right. Wellingham. High floater down towards full forward. Reaching over the top. Hale.
That's a win. It's a real win.
It certainly is. So good start for that move from the coach. Hodge, very good early to Shields. And Shields now Buddy in a one-on-one. You back him.
That was great play. To that part of the ground here, about the mid part of the ground, so the next kick is over that line of Collingwood defenders. Isolate him, get that one-on-one contest, and pretty much nobody is going to beat Buddy Franklin in a one-on-one duel.
Just a beautiful kick by Shields, wasn't it?
Perfect kick.
Let's see if...
Leon Davis. Outside the defensive 50. He's been good early. Hodge. He spotted some yellow and brown across towards the middle. Got it there too late off by Shields. Puopolo has a shot and misses.
And Tim, this is the moment where all the plans that have been made are tested, aren't they?
Yep.
Because you get...
Sam Mitchell being held.
And you've got to hold your nerve in a situation like this.
Hawthorn are not rattled, but you can feel there's a nervousness suddenly. So can they play that dangerous game when they're 3 goals behind? We're about to find out. Mitchell on the left. Well, that's to a pack. Oh! Up very, very high was Puopolo. That would have been something. Now Whitecross, they need a goal. Cheney gives it to Savage. He'll kick it, I reckon. No, he does not. Well, their youngsters are exciting. Have a look at this. Hand on the shoulder maybe, but... Oh!
Hasn't the big Specky come back in the last couple of months?
Just had the vision, that youngster to have the vision.
Playing the hand pass, Swan. That's the next in the chain. Buckley. Buckley long down inside the forward 50. Peeling off. Lyle comes up, takes the mark. Comes across the ground to Suckling now. He's a left footer, so he'll go back towards the middle. And some of the tempo comes out. Had he been able to break on his right side there and kept going, maybe something was on down this wing. As it is, they go to the other side of the ground. Puopolo, Gibson. That's a nice kick. Savage, a pleasant surprise this season. Just stubs it back about 15 metres. Mitchell unloads inside the forward 50. Spare a thought for Buddy. He finishes up with the footy outnumbered. It kicks a goal. Oh.
That part of the ground had actually seen a one-on-one, but straight away he sees a one-on-one. He said, okay, I'm going to back Buddy into winning this one-on-one. Tarrant gets a hit, a mid on the ball, it goes to ground, then Buddy finishes off, and that's what they've got to be doing with their attacking moves when they recognise that. Get the ball there quickly. There's that kick again to the one-on-one contest. Mitchell is such a smart player. Recognise that straight away, even though...
You're just finding it so difficult to penetrate, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. And on the contrary, when Collingwood are moving the ball forward, they're saying they're getting a little bit deeper and they're getting shots on goal. But hopefully Whitey can slot this one for us.
You might be the lucky charm here. That was a good turnaround, that one, a good turnover.
Do you want to call it, Brad? What do you reckon?
Well, why not? He's generally a pretty good set shot. So great forward line pressure. Really important there. It's something we've actually been lacking so far. We haven't been quite able to get it in deep enough. We've been fluffing around a little bit too much. And we'll say he slots it. Yes, good.
It was a great tackle. Here's Thomas just taking on the tackler. And just great defensive play then from Whitecross to keep his eye right on the centre of the core of Thomas then.
Back goes Puopolo to Murphy, sweeps it to Gibson. Talk about the recruitment of Jolly and Bulgy. Gibson's been good for the Hawks too. Now Birchall. His first kick in this half was a beauty to Franklin. Osborne. Gee, Shaw inadvertently, I think, hurt him on the way through there.
Is that Corky?
Geez, ruthless Shaw, and he says, get him up, get him up. Back he goes to Birchall.
He must have been at the wrestling last night, I reckon.
Then Hodge, lovely handball to Mitchell, and then Mitchell, that's a beautiful kick, and that's a free kick or a mark. Not paid, but Brewster kicked the goal. Hawthorn get the first after half-time.
For them to find space. I mean, it's a slow, laborious build-up again, but Mitchell, so good with ball in hands. I mean, that should have been taken, probably a free kick, but good, smart thinking there and cleaning up by Brewster.
Leading back initially O'Brien. Reid did well, knocked it to O'Brien. Strong tackle applied by Osborne. He took them both on. Whitecross. Hand passes inside to Savage. Back to Whitecross. Tried to go round the corner to Mitchell. Eventually went the long route. Socket away down there by Swan. Opportunity for Guerra. Put the body in through the legs of Cracker. Well played by Bailey. Knocked it out after the football is bruised. He feeds it across towards support from Shields. Well done Whitecross. It came from Cheney. Now that on baller. Franklin slips it across to Young. Well, that was a power of work to not advance the ball 1 metre, but Young is a long kick. He sends it down towards full forward. Puopolo is down there, and the umpire lets them play.
Here's the Gibson clash. Bang! That's a swat then from Bailey right across the chops. Just watch that again. Wow. That right on the face there. Right in the eye, I think. But they were in disarray then because they've lost 2 of their key defenders in the last 5 minutes of footy.
They are in complete chaos here as Franklin kicks to Osborne.
It's the old friendly fire thing. They've lost their last 2 players. Virtually the teammates. Puopolo, though, might kick a goal, and he does. Well done.
That's been one of their real problems, actually being able to break from arc to arc and just find some real space. Intelligent play there by Osborne too.
Good player, Puopolo, isn't he? I mean, he stood up pretty well today. So Gibson seeing stars at the moment.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Midfield pressure, try and restrict some ball, but it's good luck to the boys down there at the moment.
Yeah. There's O'Brien coming out of defence. Serves him right. Should have given it off.
That's right.
So it's a free kick, and it will go, I think, to Shields, who kept chasing. I'm at 88, plays 29. Gibson's coming back on. Shields sends it long down towards full forward, and Jolly does the right thing, just hooks it back across the line for a behind.
And then Blair kicks in the Gibson direction. Dawes, good effort by Hodge there. Puopolo, back he goes. Birchall. They just haven't been able to get anything out of those halfback flankers that have been so creative for the Hawks. Franklin, speaking of creativity, trying to find a bit here. High handball. Gee, Shields did pretty well actually to trap it and then runs away. This would be the goal of the day for the Hawks. Well played, young man.
But it was here he is, grabs the ball, takes the first player on, handballs, gets it back, draws another couple of Collingwood players to him. That creates a little bit of space over the back, but that was really powerful running then from Shields. And often players don't finish.
Defenders, 9 defenders behind the ball here. They've got 1 player in their forward line. Pretty amazing. They're trying to get run from behind.
Here he is again. Franklin lays it off. Puopolo trying to get through. Comes back to Franklin, falling to the ground. Suckling swings it out wide, taken by Young. What Buddy's showing his enterprise. We admired their grit earlier, but they're 2 distinct things. Enterprise and taking them on. Down towards the pocket, the kick from Smith. Deep in the pocket, Bruce. He looks back towards the middle. That's good. Mitchell.
Richo mentioned how many defenders they had behind the ball. When they won the ball, they had to go out wide because there was nothing on offer forward of the ball.
Yeah. So Mitchell lining up directly in front for Hawthorn to get back-to-back goals. On the way, and it's good. Hawthorn with 6 now.
Same rate quarter after quarter, but this was really smart ball movement again. And Buddy Franklin has now had 9 possessions this quarter, equal to any player on the ground. So he has really become more of a productive player.
Suckling to bring it in to himself, and then he drives it towards the outer side wing. Plenty of Magpies there.
And Hawthorn able to get the kick though, Dennis, through Mitchell to Osborne to Bruce through the centre to Young. Now he's a long kick. Can he get enough purchase on it? It looks good. Just missing.
He did appear to make contact with Reid, enough to earn Reid the free kick. He goes towards the outer side. Wellingham, awkward bounce. Whitecross looks back inside the 50. Mitchell marks right on the 50. Mitchell pops it down to the pocket, and Bruce. Tip. Sunday afternoon as Bruce comes in.
Good kick.
And that is a good kick. He's got his second.
The fact that they'd lost the contested possession Hawthorn's work rate had been maintained. And they've really struggled to find free players inside a kicking range, and Collingwood's defensive efforts have been outstanding right throughout the afternoon.
Run down nicely by Bailey and then sheltered the ball brilliantly. Hodge kicks inside the forward 50. Off several hands there on its way to the kickoff line. Davis goes to ground. Bruce kept it alive. Well done. But Collingwood with the numbers. Davis. Reid, what a game he's played. Already a personal high. Gives it across towards Pendlebury, who's drifted out of the game. Got boot to ball. Ricochets back towards the middle. Now it comes across from White, cross to Mitchell. Mitchell misses to the left.
Another mature age player for Opera. He played in Norwood's losing grand final team with Dygan last year, both under Nathan Bassett. What a player he's turned out to be in these 8 matches for the Hawks. Good mark taken by Whitecross. Centering kick. This guy's been really impressive, Shields.
Suckling inside the 50, only just. Bruce got a bad bounce. Knew there wouldn't be much help behind, so he went hard. Well done. Got it across to Burgoyne. Burgoyne lines up the goal and narrowly misses.
Tuvey with ball in hand.
Drives it down towards left half forward, but the kick always favouring the defender that time. Guerra gets back, takes the mark, looks to the middle. Nice kick. Shields has it. Lays it off to Hodge. Hasn't stopped trying, but that's the kick of a tired man inside the forward 50. Takes an interesting bounce, getting back O'Brien. Gave it off that time. That was better. Now Shaw hasn't been required to do much today and should have done better with that. Puopolo lines up and misses just about everything. Since half-time, it's been a contest, but the bird had flown. Magpie. Both birds today, of course. Coming away is Shields up towards the wing. Left behind by Davis. Well played by Osborne. Flipped it across to Burgoyne. Now the Hawks with a few options. He goes long at goal. Not sure that was one of them. Short one. O'Brien, wonderful closing speed. He's famous for that. The 3 of them around the football. Tuvey gave it to O'Brien. Reid had it a long time, was given plenty of time to get rid of it. Puopolo did nicely. Back to Young. The centering kick. One out down there, and taking the mark is Hale. So a surging finish, certainly in the last 10 minutes by Collingwood. But Hawthorn with a chance of a late goal. Virtually going goal for goal since half-time, but Collingwood with that surge. They pulled away in that area. Hale. 20 metres out, slots this one.
I wonder if Jolly will go all the way through now to the finals without another break, because basically hadn't missed a game for about 6 years before this break this season. Nice kick coming out though. So Hawthorn maybe with another late one coming up. Hodge up to 40 now, so he's cracked 40 for the first time, the champ. He won't be pleased because they've been hammered. It's like making 100 in a losing test, isn't it? Here's Mitchell going for goal. That's a lovely kick. Well, a little bit of magic for the Hawks very, very late.
33.
They've been good, haven't they?
And they both have been really good, but you know, Collingwood, the numbers of players that Collingwood have been able to rotate through the midfield has just meant that they've had that power there all afternoon, whereas Hawthorn have really looked at too few to be able to provide that sort of power.
Said it before, throw Rioli, Lewis and Saul in, and it's a different team, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, 3 players can make an enormous difference to the outcome of a game.